Hello everyone, this is Phil, the Back Roads Riding Channel, coming at you with today's video. It has been quite some time since I have done a video, more than 2 years. Can't quite believe that it's actually been that long, but it has been. So I thought I'd do a quick video here, kind of getting things started back up again. Going to give you a quick overview of where things are at. Obviously I'm not riding Road King anymore, so to start off, kind of get through this quickly. August of 22, we were living in Florida, had been there for almost 3 years. Found out that we were having our first grandbaby and grandson, and he was going to be born in Michigan. So we talked about it a little bit, and we decided that being around for the first few years of his life and being able to get that connection with him was more important than the warm weather. So we decided that we were going to move back to Michigan to be with him and have him grow up around us. So be a few years, but we'll make our way back down to Florida again. I do miss the weather. I will say that. Although it is very nice today. It's about 65 degrees right now. It's the perfect riding weather. But at the time when I was in Florida, I had a 17 Road King and a 20 Indian Scout 60. I was going to bring them back with me, and then it was going to be quite the hassle trying to get 2 bikes back. It was going to cost a good bit of money to ship them, and I didn't want to try riding and then flying back and forth, especially because I was going to get it back in Michigan and then dump them into winter storage within a month. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and sell them, and I'll just kind of start fresh when I get back to Michigan. I honestly kind of regret that decision a little bit, but you know, hey, it is what it is. So I sold those, and in spring of 23, well, not quite spring, but it was late February, I started getting the itch again, and I went out and started looking around, went through several bikes, and landed on a 2019 Heritage Softail. It was a classic 114, great bike. Oh man, it was a great bike. Black denim, so it's this nice chocolate brown with a black inlay on the tank. I really like the colors. Not for everybody, but I really liked it. Thought it looked pretty good. You take off the saddlebags and the windshield, it just looked like it was a nice bike. So I rode that and commuted with it all summer, because I am back to my 100-mile-a-day commute, being back in Michigan. And I got a recall notice from Harley in late October, talking about the potential for the shock reservoir to shear off on the bike, and that it could cause damage to the rear tire and cause you to blow your tire. So I thought that sounded fairly serious, so I went ahead and took it in the next day to get the recall done. And I called them, they said it'd take about an hour. I took it in. They had the bike for about 20 minutes. They called me back and they're like, well, you're not going to be taking your bike home today. Your bike has already failed. So they showed me the shock reservoir had sheared off of the mount underneath the seat and had punched a very large dent in the rear fender, and that dent was now rubbing a line in my tire. You could see it. So that was not a good thing. They called the Harley home office. Took a couple days to get everything sorted, but there was no issue at all. Harley was going to cover everything hands down. New tire, new shock reservoir, new fender, paint and everything. That was all going to be covered with no cost to me, which was great. But honestly, thinking about it over those couple of days, I kind of lost, probably more in my head than anything else, but I kind of lost faith in that particular bike. And with the amount of riding that I do, I didn't want to take a chance, so I decided to go ahead and just start looking around, maybe trade that bike in. So I went through several bikes, kind of narrowed to a 23 Fat Boy and a 19 Fat Bob, which is the one that I ultimately was going to go with. That's still a soft tail frame, but the shock setup is different on that, so I didn't mind going with that. Plus, I really liked how it rode. It had been kind of spruced up a little bit by the previous owner. Didn't have very many miles on it. Had a great sounding muffler, stage 1 kit. It was really nice. So we weren't going to be able to finish up the deal that day. Just wasn't enough time. I was getting ready to leave, and the dealer said, hey, look, the truck is still here. We're doing Pan America rides today. Do you want to take one out before they shut down? I was like, nah, not really. I'm not really interested in the Pan America. It's just not really my style of bike. It's an adventure touring bike, and I don't really care for those. And he was fine, no problem, just wanted to give me the opportunity. So I left, and then I promptly came back because I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to get a chance to be here that often to do this, so I might as well go for a ride. And so I took the bike out. Well, I should say, once I got past figuring out how to get on the bike, I'm not the shortest person in the world, but these bikes are tall. So I'm trying to mount the bike like you would normally, and while I could do it, it was very difficult to get off that way, trying to throw my leg backwards. So, but I ended up, they showed me how to get on it, you know, mounting it like a horse. You're basically stepping on the peg and shifting your weight over and getting on that way, which was a whole lot easier, same way with getting off the bike. Anyways, that being said, I obviously like the demo ride because this is my 2022 Pan America Special. It was the last 22 that they had on the floor. I took the demo ride and shifted to this bike after the demo ride. It is a great bike. So that kind of brings you up to speed to where I'm at now. And I'm using this bike on a daily commute, so it had 3 miles on it when I got it. It now has 4,135 miles, and those are going up regularly, so I'm getting some good riding time in. So, you know, if you watch this video and you have any interest in the Pan America and you have any questions on it, I'm in no way a Pan America special, or a specialist, but I might be able to give you some insight anyways, at least from a riding everyday perspective. So if I can't answer it, I'll let you know, but I'll answer what I can. So all of my videos going forward will deal with you know, where I'll be riding the Pan America, at least for now. It's the only bike that I have at the moment. Might be looking to get something else to go along with this bike, but I am 100% satisfied with this bike. So far I've had absolutely no issues with it, and I really like it. I was a little nervous about the mid controls and the riding position just because I have arthritis in my knees, pretty good arthritis. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get a cruiser because it's gonna, you know, have less pressure on my knees that are out. And in general that seemed to be true, but I always would hurt after 100 miles or so. My knees would start getting stiff. And well, with this bike, I can honestly, my knees still get a little stiff. There's no way you're gonna get around that, but I have way less pain on this bike than I do on my cruiser. So it's been kind of an eye-opener for me. The other thing that's nice about having the mid controls is, you know, having my knees back on the tank again and being able to control the bike. I forgot how nice that was. It's been years since I've had a mid control bike, and that was a nice, a pleasant rekindling of that interest. So I really like it. I'll give a more detailed review on the Pan America when I get around 5,000 miles. Which won't be too long, but I'll give a more thorough review on the bike then. Talk more about how I'm using it, and obviously it's a great commute bike with the seating position and the upright, how tall it is. Being able to see through traffic is way better. But so I'm not going to have a real long video. This is just kind of saying hello to everybody again. I know that moving forward, I'm obviously going to be doing a lot of bikes on the Pan America, or I'm obviously going to be doing a lot of videos on the Pan America. I'm going to try to do quite a few more rides this year. I have changed my setup a little bit. I still got my GoPro on my helmet. I'm moving away from my GoPros on the rest of the bike. And I just purchased an Insta360, the X4. Not totally sure how I like it, or how I'll like it. It's the first 360 camera I've had. I've kind of been waiting for certain features to appear on the cameras before I bought one. So I'm going to try that out, and then I'm probably going to try out a DJI Action 4 as well, possibly as either a full replacement for my GoPro or just as an additional camera. I don't know yet. I'm still debating on that. I really like my GoPros, but have had a few issues, and I'm just kind of tired of dealing with some of the hassles that there are with them. Not that they're not good cameras, and if I stay with the GoPro, I would have no complaints about it. It's great cameras, great footage. But be doing some of those videos with doing like camping, I haven't done any camping since I moved to Florida. When you live in Florida, everything in the woods camps inside your tent, all the bugs, all the snakes, so not really fun to go tent camping in Florida. So I'm back in Michigan now, so I'll be able to go up north and do some camping again. Don't mind that so much. Got to worry about the black bears, but that's about it. And I would rather worry about the black bears than the cockroaches that are as big as a black bear, which are down in Florida. But so I don't know, we'll kind of see how things fall out, but not promising any. I can't really get on a schedule to do videos. I'm going to try to do as many as I can, but I've tried doing the scheduled thing and that just doesn't work for me, and I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube anyways. I just like making the videos, so I'm just going to make them as I can, and I hope that a lot of you stay with me. And like I said, if you have any questions that I can answer in my review video on the Pan America or my 5,000 mile review, feel free to leave those in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel down there in the corner. Click that alert button so you get notified when new videos come out. Click the like button. All those things help. I wish you all a great evening. For those of you who are out riding this evening, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. That always makes for a much better night. In the meantime, do something nice for someone. I hope you all have a great night. This is Phil at the Backroads Riding channel saying peace, and I'll see you in our next video.